What is up, guys? It's Finance Finn here, and huge news. 50 subs, all right? So we've only been doing this for 3 weeks. I'm super excited. The growth has been insane. The support has been unreal, and I can't wait to see what happens next. In other news, I'm going to be going live tomorrow with 9 to 5 for a weekly update on the Road to 10K challenge. I'm also going to be giving away $100 cash to people in the live stream. The rules for that are as follows. So you have to subscribe to Finance Finn, my channel, and then also 9 to 5 Traders channel. So subscribe to both of those, like the video, leave a comment on the update tomorrow, and then also be present in the live stream, which will be hosted on 9 to 5 Traders YouTube account. The link for that will be in the description, and we'll probably go live around 12 to 1 Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. So today I want to talk about the market. So this week it's been pretty crazy with the market. Bond yields have been rising, interest rates have been rising, and what can we expect? I mean, there's a lot of tension in the market for sure, and people are definitely getting nervous, pulling out their money. I've been seeing a lot of the high growth stocks crash, and I want to talk about it. So let's take a look. So today we're going to be looking at, let's take a look at SPY first here, how the week went. So at the end of the week, we saw some serious recovery during the Road to 10K challenge. I actually did play some SPY calls this week, actually at the bottom here. Unfortunately, I did sell here, took a 50% gain, but this looks pretty volatile to me. Decent volume. We saw some pretty high volume at the end of the day here. The RSI is slightly oversold. This is on the 30-minute candles. If we take a closer look here at the minute candles, yeah, it spiked up pretty hard here at the end of the day. Opening, I think we had, if you look at the intervals here for the 1 day, all right, so we opened roughly around the 390 mark, 389 mark, kind of stayed pretty flat, and then kind of fell down here. And at the end of the day, last 2 hours of the market here, last hour of the market, we pretty much rocketed a total of 1.5%. After hours, we are down 0.09%. That doesn't really mean much given the certain climate that we are in right now. Also, that is a pretty significant increase for 1 day, especially in the last hour of the stock market trading. But we could see here that the volume was pretty flat and then significantly picked up at the end of the day here. And yeah, we are a little bit oversold on the 1 minute candles. If we look at the bigger picture here, 1 day, we have recovered considerably since March, and there hasn't really been a big dip other than the one in September here, and then we had, I think, one in October, and then the recent one up here. But again, we might be potentially seeing, a 20% pullback, given the tensions in the market. Could happen potentially here. So let's look at the markets here. So currently we see that everything's pretty green, which is pretty good. Google here is down after hours, but I think they had a pretty good week overall, so nothing really to worry about there. Microsoft, decent amount up here. We're seeing a lot of green, especially in semiconductors, which I'm, again, not surprised. Currently we are having a chip shortage. Earlier this week, news came out that NIO is actually stopping productions of their vehicles for, I think, 5 days due to the fact that there's a chip shortage. But these semiconductors should help reinstate the supply of chips so that we can resume production and we can see, NIO and other EV companies and other tech companies, really take advantage of the growth in, the tech space here. So I think that's great news. PayPal up 2.9%. I mean, nothing really surprising there. I think Visa has also been doing pretty well. Yeah, they were up also 2.6%. They bounced pretty heavily from the 190 mark a couple months ago. So that is great to see as well. Healthcare, of course, we're in COVID right now. Healthcare is doing pretty well. We have some startups, with some new vaccines potentially coming out. We'll make a video about that probably next week. Biotech stocks to look out for, top 1 or 2 picks. Exciting stuff overall. So I think that I'm personally going to be a little more cautious when investing. I might just kind of see how next week goes. Probably not going to put too much more money into the market, but I'm also not going to pull out of the market because I want to make sure, that I'm investing over a long period of time. I think I'm just going to take, the week off in terms of investing more money. But, compound interest is our friend. And I think that my entries on the grand scheme of things are great. So even though some of them are down currently, I think that we can still come up on top and make some good money. So definitely going to stay tuned looking at this. Other great news, look at China over here. China is up 2.2% after hours. Shanghai is up 1.6. This is great stuff. This is way better than the S&P, NASDAQ, and even like the American market. So the Chinese markets are booming currently, which is great news, especially for me. I'm a big NEO investor, so I have a lot of my money in foreign, especially Chinese companies. The Chinese market is doing pretty well. This is great news, especially for the Chinese because of the time difference. So we can kind of garner from that. It is an indicator, but again, it's an indicator. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen, but definitely something. It's a good sign. In short, it's a good sign, and I like to see that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I see here for the week. I think definitely keeping an eye on the S&P. I'm also going to be looking at the VIX index a lot. So if we look at the VIX index here, so what was VIX doing this week? VIX had a pretty crazy week here. If we're going to look at the intervals, let's do last week here. We had some pretty significant spikes. So VIX is the volatility index. And usually when VIX rises, the market plummets. So we had VIX pretty much rocket a couple times this week when there was, especially a lot of fear in the market. So this was obviously not that nice to see, but yeah, really exponential growth here. It really picked up. This curve is pretty steep. But yeah, no, so the interest rates were rising and some people sold. So, well, not some people, a lot of people sold, which increased the volatility index here. And that's why we saw some pretty hard sell-offs. Other news, CCAV is up after hours, Zamitica is up after hours, NEO is unfortunately down after hours, which is interesting to see due to the fact that, Chinese markets are up. We'll see how they open on Monday. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on that. And I hope I see you guys tomorrow on the live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to have hit 50 subs, and this is a great milestone. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay up to date with my weekly uploads. Road to 10K and other news updates that regard the stock market. Peace.